Okay, guys, I'm convinced that anime companies are cooperating about when they are having their swimsuit, beach, or hot spring episode. Because look at this. The previous week, Vidoka had a swimsuit episode, and there was talk about swimsuits in Seraph of the End. And in this week, we have both a hot spring episode for Miss Monochrome and Lance No Mascara. And if you want to pull it, you can actually also include Utawade Rumono. So doesn't that seem a bit too convenient? What do you guys think? But when that is in and done, shall we talk about this week's episode of Lance No Mascara? Which is really interesting because we learned the reason why Youtaru actually want to be normal. That is because he hurt a girl in the past, or yeah, by kissing her hand, and therefore he came to hate that he had this white knight syndrome. So he tries to get rid of it, and also it seems that even Fort Saya has found out that he is Knight Lancer, and or rather, he confirmed it when she asked if he was Knight Lancer. He she doesn't hate him. She just tells him that he needs to stop basically doing kissing girls' hands and you wearing a mask and cosplaying. And when I say cosplay, that is because he has been punished in this week's episode by Yuriko because, yeah, first of all, he was basically waiting in the hot spring for them, or not waiting. He was basically like looking at the hot spring and reminiscing about the past. And the second thing he did was when Yu Fang, she basically ran away because she didn't want to bathe the hot spring yet because her father Night Lantern wasn't there. He tries to cover her up, and other girls arrives at a very, shall we say, convenient moment to get a misunderstanding. And I will say, Yuriko in this episode, I really hate her. I really hate her. So yeah, so Saya, she tells him that he needs to stop cosplaying, but it's also hinted that she actually likes that he dresses up and does those things. So that would make Saya a masochist, I think. Really interesting. But why are they at a hot spring? The reason is that Yu Fang has actually, even though she has been invited into the family, she hasn't opened up to any of the girls beside Makio. So Yocho, he suggests that they take to a hot spring because you get closer together when you bathe. However, as I already have said, Yu Fang, she doesn't want to bathe in the hot spring because her father, Night Lancer, isn't there. So she goes as far as to destroy the hot spring and then runs away. And yeah, I have already explained what happens then. But she feels bad about this, and therefore, in the middle of the night, she goes out and tries to repair it by removing the crumbled rock that she has created by destroying the place where the water was coming from. However, she passes out, and she would most likely have hit the rock floor if it wasn't because Night Lancer grabbed her and tells her that, yeah, the speech he normally does, and then he fixes the hot spring by throwing his lance down into the floor, and convenient enough, hits a hot water vein, and then he bathes with them, and it looks so wrong, man. It looks so wrong, man. The way he is dressed, man. However, I must say, it's funny. It's a funny episode, especially at the end when they are waiting at the bus, and then she brings up that Yotaru, he wasn't in the bath when they was bathing, so the family wasn't complete. Which is so they basically pulls they goes back to the hot spring, and let's say like this, it's funny when everyone basically just in on the joke, except for Makio and Yu Fang about basically Yotaro being. They know he's Night Lancer, and yet they still goes back to the hot spring. So that's funny. That's really funny. Also, you think she feels bad about stabbing him, the father in here, in the previous episode. So a lot of things get resolved, and I hope there is some action in the next episode. Maybe we even see this girl that he heard in the past, which is the owner of the hot springs grandchild, or was it daughter? I'm pretty sure it was grandchild, but it could be daughter. So she will most likely show up in this episode, because, or in the, should say, in the series, because why would they bring her up unless, of course it serves the purpose that we get a reason why he wanted to be normal, but still, I have a feeling that she will show up. I may I may go watch the opening to see if she shows up in the opening. But when that is said and done, have a good day, good night wherever you are, and I'll see you later, guys. Cheers.